My name is Tammy Hazlitt. I'm a registered provider in Vermont. My program name is Tammy's Early Care in Education, and I serve children between the ages of 6 and 12. Right now, I'm serving 8 children, and I have been in the business for 22 years as a registered provider. The current licensing system in Vermont benefits providers because we become part of a information system that the state has that lists our businesses. If we're participating in a quality rating system, it'll also list how many stars we have. So the more stars you have, the more likely you are to have that referral be a success. We're also eligible for grants if we're registered with the state. I've had several good monitoring events occur in my program, and the conversation has been good. It really depends on the licensor who's there, but in recent years, the licensors have opened up about the process while they're in your home, so you know what they're observing and exactly what it is that they're looking for. Post-visit, I've also had good communication from them. If there happens to be any violations, I know that the state of Vermont is reaching out to providers to talk to them about those violations, so that they're sure that the provider is clear about what those violations are for. I think all state licensing reps should be introduced to providers, even if it's by Zoom, prior to them walking into their home. And if there's a change in state licensing reps, they should both be introduced to me via Zoom or at least a phone call, something, followed up with a picture so that I know who the new licensing rep is going to be, and when they show up on my doorstep, I will recognize. I think licensing reps could better support childcare providers if states were to form a coalition that was made up of state representatives and home providers. The group would be responsible for reviewing the most frequent violations that they see. The question would be whether or not the regulation is attainable. Should the regulation be rewritten in some way, or possibly should the regulation just be clarified? If the group was formed, I think the end result would be that regulations would be attainable and providers would be more fully informed, so there would be less violations. But I also feel that if this coalition existed, providers would feel like they have a voice in all this and they're being supported. Yes, providers would definitely feel that they had a voice if they were allowed to appoint members from their own community to serve on this coalition. And I think that would make more trust in the whole process. In my experience, I've found that family child care homes can be perceived as a lesser or secondary child care option. I have not experienced that with any of my state licensing staff, but as far as the general public is concerned, I have. I have been referred to as a daycare provider rather than an educator or a babysitter, and neither of which is true. I am an educator, and I'm proud to be an educator.
Hello, my name is Shay Jackson. I own and operate Modern Early Learning Academy, a 5-star program in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I serve 7 kids ages 1 to 9. Most of my families are Black and Brown families. This is my 18th year of taking care of kids and my 2nd year as a licensed provider. So when I got started and was navigating becoming licensed, I felt isolated and lonely. I felt a longing and a need to connect with other providers. to be able to share resources and bounce ideas and connect. And it was simply non-existent. I personally do feel there is a lack of supports when it comes to licensing, as far as having Black and brown minority people that look like you come into your home. And so a lot of times I find that if I was to probably do some research, I would find that there's not a lot of minority women in this field, as far as being a licensing consultant, the one that's coming around, providing you with that guidance, getting you started up, coming into your home, checking for the children's safety. And so I think that it is, it's disproportionately not equal. And so a lot of the women that I've spoken to that are Black and brown or African American women have said that over the years, in the last 20 years, they've never had someone that looks like them come to their home.